Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another interview here for the Dadbot Academy. Today, I'm interviewing Travis, and Travis has absolutely crushed it over a 28-day period. I mean, this guy, we're talking 13 kgs over 28 days. I got a quick question for you, Dad. What would life be like for you if you could lose 13 kgs over a 28-day period, sustain it, maintain it, and absolutely be present at home, intentional, do things that you've always loved? Like Travis is back in playing footy. He's more mobile than he's been before. His energy levels are skyrocketing, and he's able to be present and intentional with his family. He has also moved on into our VIP program. And I tell you what, we've been able to hit 13 kgs over a 28-day period, but just watch this space. I'll be doing another interview with Travis a little bit later to track and document his journey. But I'm telling you that 13 kg is very minimal compared to the results that we're going to get with this man. So it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to invite him on now. So give it up for Travis Chapman. Cool. So welcome, Travis, to the this conversation, man. We are going to dive into your story today, and I'm absolutely pumped for what you've been able to achieve over the last 28 days. But do tell me, man, what was your story before you initially reached out to us?
Um, well, my weight has just gone from, mildly out of control to extremely out of control. And, I was seeing all my shirts was getting tight and all my trousers was getting tight. I had to go up the next size. It was getting embarrassing that I couldn't fit into a lot of clothes and I was embarrassed to take my kids to the pools. I'd always say, no, I'm not going to swim with the kids because, I'm embarrassed of my weight and of just embarrassed by what I've done, what I put on, and all it was just I lost a lot of fitness. I couldn't just hang out with the kids or take them to the park. I'd be tired by the time I got there.
For
So there
sure.
was a lot of things, and it's all to do with my weight. It was just it was piling on, and there was nothing I could do to try and get it off.
Yeah. So it was obviously affecting family life for you, man. Tell us, what were some of the things, you've already mentioned a few of them, but how was it directly affecting your family life and your ability to kind of be the dad that you know you should have been?
Yeah, when I came back from work, I was always tired, so I couldn't help my wife with whatever she was doing, like dinner
Sure.
and I'd always it didn't have to be one thing or the other. For me, it was either I help the kids or I play with the kids or help my wife. I couldn't do both,
Yeah.
and it was just plain exhaustion at the end of the day. Always in back pain. Um, my my snoring was out of control, where my wife had to sleep in the next room. It was just that loud. It was like a earthquake had landed in my house, and um, and actively I couldn't be the dad that I wanted. I couldn't take out my kids, like bike riding or running. My kids are quite active, so I couldn't keep up with them, and it was it affected basically my relationship with them and with my wife as well. Like um, being able to keep her happy as well. So
Yeah, so it sounded like you've been, in a bit of a pit. And you know what? Like, as bad as that is, I think it's also one of the best, because pain is one of the best motivators for us. So obviously, where you're at right now, you were motivated by your pain, and it pushed you through to achieve some big stuff, man. So what were the biggest wins that you've been able to accomplish over the last 28 days?
well, firstly is shredding all those kgs, and starting to look good in my clothes again, and getting lots of compliments. Like the compliments uh, are coming left, right, and center. Like
Yeah, awesome.
and my biggest wins are simple things, really. Like my wife saying my snoring is almost non-existent now, and I can sleep
Yeah.
a whole night without waking up, without having that full on sleep, without uh, being affected by my weight, basically. um,
Absolutely.
uh, there's a lot of things. I had my son's birthday recently, and I was in there in the pool, so I wasn't showing off my body too much, but I was happy to get in the water with my sons and enjoy the day with them.
That's awesome.
And little wins around the house is that I can mow the grass and vacuum and clean the house before my wife gets home, and you
Yeah,
know
it's a big
that
win.
yeah, happy wife, happy life, right?
That's what they say, man. That's awesome, dude. So, look, man, tell us, how much did you actually lose on the program?
um, Up to at the moment, I've lost over maybe 12, 13 kg so far,
Crazy,
and that's
crazy.
crazy when you think about it, because I've only struggled and I've only been able to lose 1 or 2 kg, and to lose that amount in that amount of time. And even though I've enjoyed every moment of it, it doesn't seem like you're putting me on a strict military program. It
Absolutely.
feels fun.
Absolutely, man. That's cool. That's cool to hear too. Well, one of the things we do focus on is obviously operating from the internal to the external, from the inside out. And one of the ways that we do that is we kind of talk about your big why. For you, what was your big why? What was the thing that drove you to really accomplish your goals over the last 28 days?
First off, it was my sons. They've been my driving factor. They're always telling me and pushing me, and even when I started this program, they were the ones that were encouraging me to go to the gym. And even now, as I'm coming to the gym, they still my why, still pushing me
Awesome.
to go to the training every training day. I'm out here puffing and doing it for them.
For sure, man, for sure. And I think that's super important because when you dissociate the deep intrinsic reasons why you're doing something and you're only focusing on the what. If this was just a weight loss challenge and it was like, okay, Trav, lose 8 kg, well, at the end of the challenge, what generally happens is we put that back on and some. But because this is about sustainability, this is about your family, this is about you creating a life that you want to live and your leadership and legacy for your boys, it's a game changer because now you're operating from the inside out. Every piece of food is connected to your why. Everything that you do in the gym is connected to your why. It's really about their experience of dad. And so I know that when we can get a deep intrinsic why, the person who can get there is the person who smashes their goals, and we keep seeing it time and time again, man. So that's awesome. Now, if we'll wrap this up, man, but what is your biggest takeaway that you've been able to get from this program?
Um, you know that I had to change my lifestyle. That's the biggest key thing for me. Changing my lifestyle,
For sure.
going from not thinking about what I put in my mouth, not thinking about that I need to train my body to get the body I want, to keep the body I need to maintain. Um, and if I want to be the active father, the the fatherly figure to my boys, and a husband to my wife, then keeping doing exactly what I'm doing. You know,
Absolutely.
that's been my why. That's been my motivation,
Sure.
and it's
Cool.
uh, it's what I want to keep on doing, man.
For sure, man. That's awesome. And last question, dude, is what would you say to somebody, to the dads who perhaps are in the same position that you were before they jumped on? What would you say to them?
You know your why. Find your why. You know why you're doing it, for your family, or whatever your why is, and smash those goals, man. Like every time we the dead bod family, are always encouraging each other, pushing each other, and Aaron is there to crack the whip whenever he needs to. So is it's
Cool.
you're joining a family, and I definitely recommend that you try the program because you will not regret it.
For sure, man. Absolutely. And look, man, I want to congratulate you again, Travis, for the results that you've been able to get. But look, I know for you, it continues. You're jumping on to the VIP. So look, man, I'm super ecstatic for you. So let's smash it, dude. And we will come back and revisit. And when we do, I know it will be a completely different story again, man. So again, congratulations, brother.
Thanks, Aaron.